My name is Janice Deacon. I'm the provost here and at the moment acting VPR, and the VPR gets to do all the really nice things at the university, so I'm actually thinking maybe I'll move over and just be the VPR and we can find a new provost, but I'm not sure that the rest of my colleagues think that would be a good idea. But it is my pleasure to be here today to host this announcement on behalf of senior administration. And I'm really here just to set the stage for some very good news that our colleague and friend, the MPP for London West, Minister Chris Bentley, is here to make an important funding announcement on behalf of the Government of Ontario. And just before I turn the podium over to Chris, I'd like to make a few brief comments to highlight how important it is to support our young researchers. The young researchers at Western and every other institution are the lifeblood of our campus community. And the Early Research Awards program that is a Government of Ontario program, the one that we are here to celebrate this afternoon, is a critical component in what it takes to both attract, retain, and support the kinds of talented people that we need to drive innovation and discovery in Ontario, and more specifically on our university campuses. Getting established in an academic research career is never easy. It's very, very hard work. And it takes a career that looks at the competition for scarce resources. We need these resources in a research-intensive university to launch careers. Our colleagues here, our young colleagues, have enormous dedication, as well as, of course, a tremendous amount of talent. And we are very lucky to have them here. It is the Early Career Research Awards that play a key role, and over the past decade, Western researchers have enjoyed tremendous success in this program. Since 2003, 74 young researchers at Western have benefited from the Early Research Awards program to the tune of more than $10 million. And these are impressive figures, but actually what's more impressive than the figures are the stories behind the remarkable people who benefit from these awards. And a little bit later, we're going to hear from several of the award winners who have joined us here today. So without further ado, I'd like to introduce the Minister of Energy for the Province of Ontario and our MPP for London West, Chris Bentley.
Well, thank you very much, Janice, and I'm absolutely delighted to be here. Delighted to be here at Western University, one of the leading research institutions anywhere. And I know that people come here from all over the world, and they come here to be shoulder to shoulder with other world-leading researchers. They come here because they know their work will be respected and enhanced by rubbing shoulders with the best in the world. And they come here, I know, because they not only benefit from Western's history in research excellence, they come because they know that their research will be supported in other ways by the province of Ontario. Western has been the recipient since 2003, not only of the researcher grants that Janice mentioned, but of almost $150 million in research-based grant. It's come in various forms. And that is in addition to the research grants provided by the taxpayers of the province of Ontario to medical research based at hospitals, for example. Our hospitals are leading research institutions as well. So when you put it all together, you can see that London is the home of an enormous amount of research activity. Now, research in and of itself is a great thing. It can contribute to improved quality of life. It contributes to more jobs. It contributes to our understanding of who we are and how we live. And I just want to connect the research grants that we're about to hear about with some of the decisions that Western and the Government of Ontario have made over the past several years. We're going to hear from one researcher who came from Cambridge University in England. Came from Cambridge. Why? Why come to London, apart from all the reasons I've spoken of? Well, because several years ago, the Government of Ontario invested in the most advanced brain imaging machinery to be found anywhere in the world. And Western's established world leadership in the brain and mind area. And we're going to hear from a researcher who's doing work in water and pollution issues, groundwater studies. Well, a few weeks ago, Western was part of an IBM announcement, which Western's actually co-leading a huge computer-based capacity project to make sure that researchers throughout the province of Ontario have access to the type of computer-based capacity that's necessary so they can share information, share data, better do their research, not just in London, but throughout Ontario, throughout the world. You put those pieces together, and you can see how the research community is not just based here at Western, it's a provincial, national, international-based community that we're determined to be leaders in. And all of this research contributes ultimately to longer life, better treatment, cleaner environment, and more jobs in the province of Ontario. But today's really about the researchers. 5 researchers right here at Western benefiting from over $700,000 in grants. Grants that support more labs, grants that support more support from other researchers who will help in the research, because it's not just a one-person enterprise. Grants which validate the excellence of their work. There is a lot of competition for these grants. There are far more people who would like grants than there ever are grants available. So as you meet these researchers, bear in mind that these are the best of the best. They really have, through the excellence of their work, not just their creative writing skills, the excellence of their work have demonstrated that they are worthy of scarce dollars to further this enormously important research. I'm delighted to be here, delighted, on behalf of my colleague Deb Matthews and the Government of Ontario, to be able to say we're very pleased with the work that Western's doing. Western has world-leading reputation, and it's going to be my great privilege to introduce these researchers so you can hear from them. You can hear from them what they're doing. Now, I'm not sure that in the time we have available you hear everything they're doing, but I trust they're going to give us a flavor in language that I can understand.